run for their mommies watching the DXY reach its highest level in 2 years. Are the Moon Boys finished? While Bitcoin completes a potential perfect backtest of the 2-month Giga Triangle, will these levels hold and provide the bounce of a century? Or are the baby bears preparing to send the Moon Boys on a one-way ticket to Pound Town? And why are these whales doing this right now if there's truly a gigantic dump on the way? I'm your host, the Whittle Baby, and with only mere seconds until Bitcoin closes its dumpiest weekly candle in weeks, what comes next? So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, turn those ghost notifications so you don't miss these absolutely time-sensitive alerts. As well, if you're interested in securing your crypto, getting any bonuses, trading, getting altcoins, make sure to check out all the links below. And I have one Twitter and one Instagram. They're both in the description, and every other account of me is fake. Thank you for the Magoo. Let's dump in. Unbelievable. So after we started off the month of April and continued the entire month of just straight dumpiness, as we talked about right before the month of April began here, that revisiting 40K over the next 1 to 2 weeks is actually not impossible, and also does not become mega bearish, which everybody would flip mega bearish if that did happen. And exactly 2 weeks from then, as we talked about, here we are revisiting the top of this triangle, although we have not gone down to about 40K yet. 40K would actually put us below this triangle, but where we see Bitcoin right now is right above the 50-day moving average, right potentially completing a backtest here after getting rejected very hard, very strongly off the 200-day moving average. And there's a lot of reasons for this, but before we get into more charts, let's take a little sneak peek here of Bitcoin whales filling their bags despite warnings that it could fall below 40K, which is absolutely in play at this point. Right, 2 weeks ago, everyone was very bullish as we were attempting to break 48 and climb over 50, and now everyone's very bearish. But again, there's a lot of reasons for this. So data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro showed Bitcoin slowly dissolving support levels that were in place for the last several weeks. And bulls felt a lot of pain with cross-crypto liquidations totaling over 200 million in just the last day. A lot of mini breakdowns we've been seeing is Bitcoin still so far is above 40, but as we've breached lower, as we've gone lower and lower over the last 2 weeks. A multi-step downtrend with support levels at 40 and 37.5K obviously are coming into play now. And according to the latest data, Bitcoin whales were busy buying up new supply from sellers, with exchange Bitfinex seeing notable bid volumes getting filled. So those Bitfinex whales still buying. So what would that mean if the whales are continuing to buy here as Bitcoin continues to tumble? Also, where we're currently right at, the VPVR support of around 42K, very big. And again, also just holding this 50-day moving average, which is just very big, because on these shorter time frames, that is, after getting rejected off the 200 and 21, now all that's left on these short time frames, or at least on the daily chart, is the 50-day moving average. And on the weekly as well, we've breached below the 21 and 50 weekly moving averages. But none of this is bearish yet. Obviously, breaking 40K, though, is bearish, and we have not done that. But and again, before we actually continue with that, Luna Foundation purchasing over 4,000 Bitcoin, bringing it to almost 40,000 Bitcoin here. Recent purchase bring it to about 39.8 thousand Bitcoin owned by the Luna Foundation, which is roughly 1.7 billion, and 8.3 billion is left for them to keep buying to hit their $10 billion target. And they want to continue to stay true to its to their promise of buying $10 billion worth of Bitcoin and become the second largest holder of Bitcoin after Satoshi Nakamoto. And in terms of the price action, the purchase of these 4,000 did not cause a knee-jerk reaction. At the time of writing, the King of Crypto is consolidating still below or right around 42,000. And it also intersects with the 50-day and 100-day moving averages right here. We've been seeing these buys come in where they basically have only bought less than 20% of what they said they're going to buy. So a lot left to buy, which is a lot of Bitcoin. And yet the price is still kind of sinking here. But two of the biggest things here is the DXY is at its highest level in the past 2 years. And if we take a look on this weekly chart, this zone has been very important for the DXY for a very long time. It's exactly where it topped out back in 2015, a little bit below where it topped out in 2016, and then also a little bit below where it topped out back in the crash of March 2020 as well. But we have basically this massive range here, and then some very quick blow-off levels right up here. So if the DXY, in my opinion, if it breaks these levels of about 103, set only slightly touching the tip of multiple times over the past almost 10 years, that wouldn't be good for Bitcoin. But we're still not there yet. Again, it looks, we could top out here for all anybody knows here, right around 100. right here on the DXY. But yeah, the higher this goes, the worse that usually is for Bitcoin. And you can look at this, and really the biggest dips in this are kind of right where Bitcoin topped out. For example, right in January of 2018, and then it started going up and Bitcoin started going down. And then also Bitcoin was very low right here in March of 2020, down around $3,000. And the DXY was the highest that it's been in the past decade, basically. So that's one thing, and also it correlates exactly with the SPX. So the higher this is, or if this is going up, SPX is usually going down. And that's also what we see happening with Bitcoin. So just a huge correlation, and the entire crypto industry is still tied to that. But yeah, it'll be very critical here if Bitcoin, because if we fail to hold these levels, we fail to get a bounce here with this triangle, which so far all of this, in my opinion, is still healthy. But if we fail here, then that quickly becomes a rejection and lower prices below 40K guaranteed, basically, if we fail to bounce here. This is kind of the big level to watch, but so far nothing bad has happened. In fact, as we showed you that clip, retests, we showed you that clip here back from March 28th. Retests, pullbacks to these triangles is totally normal, but if we don't get a bounce here, then that's considered a breakdown and dumpiness confirmed. If you're new to the channel, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on the notifications so you never miss these time-sensitive alerts as well. If you guys want any bonuses, deals, trading, getting altcoins, securing your crypto, there's a new wallet actually on the Ledger website, the Ledger Nano Plus, Nano S Plus, very big. Make sure to check out everything below. Without any further ado, that's it for me.